Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakat Kodash. Love honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS as well. Peace and salutation to the elect. My name is Ainal. The title of this video is They Say This Point is a Crossroads in History. Right, and that's a bold statement coming from the banking elites. Basically nothing is done without them somewhat controlling it. We know the Most High Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is in control, and He has put it in the heart of the king, and He's turning it whithersoever He will. And basically, it's just America's destruction. So that's what's happening. This is Jeremiah 28:8. It says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence." Right. So simply, you know, blowing the trumpet on what's happening now. This statement that they're saying is, a bold statement. They're saying the European allies pledge more support for Ukraine at crossroads in history. So the European nation is saying, which we're going to get in this video, that this is a crossroads in history. And basically, if you look at, certain things that happen in the world regarding people like Kodak Black or Kyrie Irving, if you know it, if you know these individuals. But whenever these individuals or anyone steps out of line, take Kanye West, for example, he's well known. Or even basically, you can say Donald Trump. The media, destroys them. And if they're, doing something regarding, music or NBA or something like that, they start to have to apologize. What is this guy named? Money Mayweather, right? The boxer, the fighter, he had to apologize, so basically nothing happens without the elite controlling it. And if something does happen that, the elite was unaware of, it just kind of happened suddenly, then they fix it. So anyway, that's just an example. But anyway, they're calling it crossroads in history. And they're correct, because pursuant to prophecy, and I'll grab it. I'll read this again, Jeremiah 28:8. It says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence." And that's exactly what we're doing, right? Because this crossroads in history is the crossing point where these nations shall hate the Lord, because that's what we're seeing. So getting to the point, Revelation 17:12, it says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, right, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast," right? The beast is America, right? And their system is NATO EU. Just look at the world and what took place, what's happening. You had America. America had vassal states, which are the NATO and EU. So if anybody went to war with America or the vassal states, then they will fight for each other. That's what has happened. That's why they have had dominion over the earth. And basically America has had dominion over the earth, right? So it says, "These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast." So these vassal states will give their power, basically do the bidding or be under subjection to Babylon the Great, which is America, right? For a period of time. And it seems that the elite think that, this is the point where things are turning. If you look at what's happening, Trump is no longer favoring NATO EU. He's favoring Russia, which behind the scenes, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know prophecy, and we know that they have a plan of global control. So it's all a show, but it's a show to those that know. It's not a show to people that's watching. To the people to the people that don't know, they think this is really happening. This is really taking place. They believe that what's his name? Zelensky and Trump is really arguing in the Oval Office. Even their enemy is calling it a critical point in history. There's a lot of history words being thrown out there right now. Let me grab this. It'll take its time, but we'll get it. There you go. This is what we're going to right here. All right. All right. Trump Zelensky meeting most disastrous in U.S. history. Senator. All right. So basically, the Russian news agency reposted this on their news outlet. And the world sees this. It says Trump, Zelensky meeting most disastrous in U.S. history, Senator. It says President Zelensky showed up in the Oval Office and decided he was there to battle Donald Trump, decided he was there to insult Donald Trump, decided he was there to attack and belittle Donald Trump. I can't wait to read Jeremiah 50 because it says a sword is sent upon Babylon, and it says it multiple times, because it's all smoke and mirrors, right? It's a show, and they think it's a game, but the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not going to meet them as a man when he returns. I believe that's let me see if I can grab that. That's Isaiah 47. All right, cool. We'll grab it real quick because this is a turning point in history, you know. So they say, if they're gonna say it, we just reporting and watching it and filtering it through prophecy. You see, yeah. It says Isaiah 47:1, lament for Babylon. So this could be the turning point where all hell breaks loose. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, where thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. See, this is talking about America. It says, take the millstone and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Right, so that's Yahweh Shai. That's Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai coming against Babylon and Greek and letting them know exactly what it is. So when Yahweh Shai shows up, it's not going to be any games or any talk or anything like that. It's going to come as a destroying force. You can read more about that in 2nd Ezra chapter 13. This is Isaiah 47:1 in the NLT. It says, come down, virgin daughter of Babylon, and sit in the dust, for your days of sitting on the throne have ended. So this could be that moment, turning a crossroads in history where the expedient decline of Babylon, begins to happen. It says, O daughter of Babylonia, never again will you be the lovely princess, tender and delicate. Take heavy millstones and grind flour. Remove your veil and strip off your robe. Expose yourself to the public view. You'll be naked and burdened with shame. I will take vengeance against you without pity. Right? So that's Yahweh Shai coming. It says, our Redeemer, whose name is the Lord of Heaven's armies, is the Holy One of Israel. Right? So that's Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So they got games. Anyway, it says, Chairman of the U.S. Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and and Transportation, Ted Cruz, believes that U.S. President Donald Trump's talks with Vladimir Zelensky will go down in history as the most disastrous Oval Office meeting. And I guess, they agreed to this because they have to repost this. It's like almost like liking a post, reposting a comment, on your social medias. That's what they do. It says President Zelensky showed up in the Oval Office and decided he was there to battle Donald Trump, decided he was there to insult Donald Trump, decided he was there to attack and belittle Donald Trump. He said during a podcast posted on his X page, and without exaggeration, I believe this will go down as the most disastrous Oval Office meeting in the history of our nation, he added. And that could be hitting towards other things like no more, Trump is this cruel Lord, pursuant to Isaiah 19, Trump is ruling and operating like a king. He's even signing executive orders where, nothing can really hinder him. So who's to say that the United States will have another presidential election, or if anybody, can come against the king, Donald Trump. So here, I'll read this too. It says Zelensky arrived at the White House for a meeting with Trump. So this goes into a lot, so basically, just like the other Apostle Hart says a lot, if you miss one day, you miss a lot. So what's happening is they're battling over a lot of things. It goes all the way back to why it started. Why did Russia invade Ukraine? What was America doing in Ukraine? What about the biolabs? These are keywords, things that you can search up. Basically, there was something going on in Ukraine that Russia found out about, and it boiled into World War III. And then the speed and the lack of wisdom of America was like, okay, we're just going to tell, Ukraine that they can join NATO. So it boiled out into what's happening now. Now at the end, with these signs and effects, you have them trying to implement their new world order. They're also fighting over the Arctic over there, where the ice is now melting and more land and resources are, becoming available to the world. And America, like always, is basically saying, those are mine. You know, it says Zelensky arrived at the White House for a meeting with Trump. Their televised exchange with reporters present unraveled into a shouting match, with Trump scolding Zelensky for being disrespectful to the United States. And if you want to watch this, you can search it up on Google or YouTube. And Vice President J.D. Vance noting that Zelensky had not ever said a thank you for all the support provided to Kyiv, right? So all these individuals are in the same bed together, right? These people, these people are JOOs, right? They're the banking elites that run the world, and their children. So you have the banking elites that's hiding somewhere in bunkers, right? Not trying to be shown to the public, right? And then you have their children, bastard children, whatever the case may be, undesirables like Donald Trump and Zelensky on Front Street, just putting on the show for the people, because basically they want you to believe the lie until they're ready to move on you and destroy you, because they only want a certain amount of you alive anyway in their new world, right? It says a news conference scheduled to follow the meeting was canceled, and signing of the agreement on minerals between Ukraine and the U.S. did not take place. So they don't want their enemies, they don't want to tell their enemies, hey, listen, we're all together, because their plan is global domination, right? They want to control everything. They want to control Taiwan. They want to control China. They want to control Russia. They want to control Iran, right? They want to control everybody, right? That's their goal. And they can't say, hey, listen, all of us over here are together, whatever the case may be. So going back to where I was at, which was this, says, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. So this is NATO and EU, right? Giving their strength unto Babylon the Great. It says, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, right? That goes into the fact that the saints shall take the kingdom. Let me get that again. It's Daniel 7, grab it. Let me see if this one I run. And I even grabbed this since I'm here. This is Daniel 7 and 23. It said, then he said to me, this fourth beast, right? So it was prophesied by Daniel the prophet that in this world that we're living in, right? Because it's all controlled by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and his words that are written in the Bible, right? So the Bible is the wisdom and knowledge that you need to be stable in times of trouble. So the fourth beast, it says, then he said to me, this fourth beast is the fourth world power that will rule the earth. There you go. It says it will be different from all the others. It will devour the whole world, trampling and crushing everything in its path. And this is NLT, so it says its 10 horns are 10 kings who will rule that empire. Then another king will arise, different from the other 10, who will subdue 3 of them, right? So this goes into your history, right? You have, the Revolutionary Wars. I believe it was the French, the British, and the Spaniards. They fought and all of that. So it says, so this person that comes out of that, which is America, it says he will defy the Most High and oppress the holy people of the Most High. He will try to change their sacred festivals and laws, and they will be placed under his control for times and a half. Right? Okay, so this is what I wanted. So basically, America will come, do what they do, take the Israelites, hold them captive for a time until their time is up. And just like they're saying here, which I'm gonna grab this in the KJV, this crossroads in history. So I'm gonna grab this in the KJV. So I'll start at 17. It says, these great beasts, which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom, possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. All right, so this is not what I wanted. Oh, okay, down here. So Daniel 7:26, it says, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it unto the end. So basically, the judgment shall sit. So now I forgot, exactly why I came over here, what I was saying before, but that's the point. So this goes into Revelations 17, where I'm at. I broke that down for you. It's moving a little slow. Let me. So Daniel 7:23. It says, thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. So basically, the reason why it's diverse is because it ruled out of a senate. Basically, they had multiple people ruling, diverse from all the other kingdoms before it that just had, the one king, kind of like how Donald Trump is trying to do now, right? It says, in the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. So this is talking about America, right? America will come out of this. It says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and to think change and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time, and times and the dividing of time. So the Israelites will be given into the hand of our enemies for a period of time, which is our enemy is Esau Edom, through slavery. But it says, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it unto the end. So basically, at the end of this, America will be destroyed. Yahushua will come back, and the saints shall take the kingdom. Right? The Israelites that was given into the hand for a time and the binding of time. Right? It says, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. Right? It says here too is the end of the matter. Right? So basically at the end of all of this, the saints will take the kingdom. Right? Yahushua will come and give the kingdom, to the saints, because we're joint heirs, heirs with Yahushua and his kingdom. So anyway, going back over here, that's playing the 10 horns. It says, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. So Yahushua is going to come. They're going to be fighting in World War III. And so, like I said, pursuant to 2nd Ezra chapter 13, Yahushua comes in the middle of World War III. Yahushua will destroy them. And this is what is happening. If they're saying crossroads in history, which we're about to get into, it says, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whole sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the horse. See, this is the point. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her with flesh and burn her with fire. So why are they saying crossroads in histories? And if you've been paying attention to what's been going on, basically President Donald Trump has been making the EU nations upset, right? And they're not trusting each other anymore because of the decisions that he's making. So it says, and even recently in that heated debate, this dude Zelensky said, it's kind of hard to understand exactly what he said, but what he did say, what we know he said is that basically Donald Trump will feel it. Basically he said, you don't feel it because you have waters surrounding you. Your oceans are surrounding you, but you will feel it. And he was talking about the war because Donald Trump said that he was toying with World War III. And Zelensky said, basically, you need to help me. You don't feel nothing right now because of your oceans, but soon you will feel it. And then Donald Trump was like, oh, don't tell us what we're going to feel. And it kind of, it went haywire. So, and now these EU nations are, joining Ukraine. So it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For Yahweh hath put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree to give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. So this might be that crossroad in history, That's why these individuals are separating themselves. And European nations are now trying to muster up their own, army or force. And I've seen that somewhere. Let me see. Yeah. Once again, it's all, a show, but at the same time, America is lacking. EU is lacking because they dependent on America. It says European Commission chief calls for urgent rearming Europe. So basically, that's what they're trying to do. It says we urgently have to rearm Europe, and for that, I will present a comprehensive plan of how to rearm Europe. We have to surge our defense, she said, adding that Europe must step up massive defense expenditures. She also promised to revise budgetary norms and financial rule in the European Union. Right? So, they're trying to muster up their manpower now. And they're going to use that manpower to come against America. It says, for Yahweh have put it in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Right. So, Lord, when you edify from that, I kind of, went over the place with that. You grab this video.
Good evening. I'm John Yang. After his Oval Office dressing down on Friday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky faced a much friendlier group today as he met with European leaders in London. Zelensky said he's still ready to sign the minerals deal he was in Washington to sign on Friday and wants to repair his relationship with President Trump. Special correspondent Malcolm Brabin in London has our report.
What a difference a weekend makes. After being humiliated in the Oval Office, President Zelensky was back in the warm embrace of fellow Europeans bearing gifts.
Very, very welcome here in Downing Street.
As peacemaker between Ukraine and the White House, Britain's Keir Starmer reported back to President Trump.
The United Kingdom, along with France and possibly one or two others, will work with Ukraine on a plan to stop the fighting, and then we'll discuss that plan with the United States.
Then, at a special security conference in London, Zelensky was promised more support from what Starmer calls a coalition of willing European partners.
We are at a crossroads in history today. This is not a moment for more talk. It's time to act, time to step up and lead, and to unite around a new plan for a just and enduring peace.
All right, so you heard him say it himself, crossroads in history, right? So it's, to them, this is the turning point in what's going on in the world, and that's good because it lines up with Bible prophecy.
As the summit got underway, Ukrainians and their supporters paraded their disgust at what they perceived as the Trump administration's appeasement of Russia. Among those dismayed at the Oval Office scenes was Finland's President Alexander Stubb.
Probably a wake-up call. And conversations I've had since in the past 72 hours.
Right, so now there's a division, there's a separation, and a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand, right? But ultimately, America, Babylon the Great will be destroyed, obliterated, right? Our oppressors to the Israelites, right? They're about to be obliterated, and this is wonderful news, right? So it says Jeremiah 50:20, in those days and in that time, said the Lord Yahweh, the iniquity of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none. In the sins of Judah, and they shall not be found, for I will pardon them whom I reserve. What is that talking about? Esau even coming down with great wrath, right? To get the accuser of our brethren. Yeah, right. All right, let me try to find it. Right here. All right, so this is Revelation 9 or 12:9. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. Who's been doing that? Who's upset at a group? That's America, all right? It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. So Esau Edom accused us before Yahweh Bashmi Shai day and night, right? To say, see, look at your people, look what they're doing. But at the same time, he's the one causing all this LGBTQ, putting poisons, abominable foods, in the food, and promoting these things to our children through shows and music, and pushing it to them in the schools, right? So that's Esau Edom, starting from basically from birth of our children up until us, basically hindering us and slowing us down and throwing sin in our path, and at the same time accusing us to the Father of what we're doing, right? And he thinks no one sees him. So that's the point. Let me go back to here. Jeremiah 50, because there's no sin. The Most High has, blotted out his remnant sin. So let me grab this in NLT. It says, in those days, says the Lord Yahweh, no sin will be found in Israel or in Judah, for I will forgive the remnant I preserve. So there's a hopeful elect that the Most High has set apart and reserved to himself, basically where there's no sin found in them. It says, go up against the land of Merathaim, right, which is, this is just these two names here are named for Babylon the Great. This is like double bitterness. Merathaim. It says, go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it and against the inhabitants of Pekah, waste and utterly destroying after them, saith the Lord Yahweh, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. Right, so the Most High Yahweh Bashmi Shai has called up nations to go against Babylon the Great. Right, so we got in Revelation 17 that he has put it in the heart of those vassal states to perform his will, until it's fulfilled, basically. So now we're at the time now where he's going to go over to Ezekiel 38 and call on Russia and the many people with Russia and even America's allies to go against them. Right, it said that these shall hate before and burn her with fire. So that's the turning point in the crossroads in history that Esau Edom is talking about. He don't even know it. Right, because he thinks that he's doing this of himself. He thinks that his plan is his own plan, not knowing that it's the Heavenly Father's plan against him. Obadiah 1:6, it says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There's none understanding in him, right? So in these meetings that they're going to start to have now amongst themselves, no longer with America, they're going to say America is a problem and we need to destroy her, right? Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai. So that's the mindset the Most High is going to give these devils to, destroy each other and ultimately destroy our enemies, right? The Israelites. So let me go back over here. Jeremiah 50:22, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught because thou hast striven against the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai. So, Trump got in his mind that this man he's God sent. He believes he's God sent and he's doing the Lord's work, trying to make America great again. But the scriptures say, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction from upon them, right? This is the snare that the Most High Yahweh has laid for Babylon the Great, right? There's no saving Babylon the Great. There's no trying to right the wrongs that you have did because it's too great. It says, the Lord Yahweh have opened his armory and brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans, right? So, the judgment will sit, right? It's hard. It has been set in motion. And what the elites are saying is lining up with that. Crossroads in history, right? Who would have thought that America and NATO and EU, this superpower of the earth, will break apart? Who would have thought that? Have differences, And what is that? Let me see. I get 54:16. Isaiah 54:16, behold, I have created the smith that broke the coals in the fire and that burned forth the instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. See, that was Yahweh Bashmi outside that created the waster to destroy, right? Which is these nuclear missiles, right? This is the armory that has been opened against Babylon the Great. And that's why you have Donald Trump in office now talking about we need to denuclearize, right? We need to just stop. We just need to stop. That's what he's saying. Because he knows that these weapons are dangerous. Jeremiah 50:26, it says, come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. So Babylon the Great will be utterly destroyed. It says, slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter, woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. Right. So this is that crossroad in history where now the NATO nations, the EU, is beginning to hate that whore. Says the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh, our power, the vengeance of his temple. Right. So this is the shaking against Babylon the Great. Right. This is the vengeance of his temple. This is what he has pronounced against Babylon the Great, complete and utter destruction. It says, call together the archers against Babylon the Great. Right. Babylon. This is the nuclear missiles and the people that are gonna shoot those nuclear missiles, which is Russia, and everyone that Russia has joined unto them, like China, Iran, right? It says, call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about, let none thereof escape, recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done. Hiroshima and Nagasaki, according to all that she has done, do unto her, for she hath been proud against the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Shai, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. It says, thus the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi shall hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast, they refused to let them go, right? So we were pressed together. That's the northern and the southern tribes, right? So, blacks, Latinos, we're all one. We're one people, and we're pressed together. And they're, now they're figuring that out too, right? Because you have Jacob trouble starting now, and it was like, Jacob, we're not Jacob. No, you're Jacob. And it's starting with you, basically the northern tribes just have to, get round up, shipped off back to, their islands and things like that. And sadly, some of them is going to, detention centers and things like that. But hey, these are the beginning of sorrows, right? So it's going to only intensify. And pretty soon, they're not going to be sending you back home. They just going to send everybody to the gulag, right? Pretty soon, the guillotines are coming and things like that. It says, their Redeemer is strong. The Lord Yahweh Bashmi shall host is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. Yeah, he's gonna plead our cause with fire. All right, he's not gonna meet these devils as a man. That was Isaiah 47. Let me see. I'll grab a little bit of this. Isaiah 34:1, it says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh Bashmi shines upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. That's the point. And I'll grab it. It says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stench shall come up out of their carcasses. And the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. See, that's what happens when the nuclear missile hits. You got that mushroom cloud. It says, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. All right, let me see something really quick. Joel 3:1 says, for behold, in those days, in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations it will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, right? Which is that Levant region over there near the land of Israel, right? Over there where everything is happening and popping off right now. It says, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and part of my land. So once again, so let me grab this real quick because you're seeing plead, which we're going to get the definition of that. But at the same time, what is this saying? Isaiah 47:1. In verse 3, it says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and will not meet thee as a man. See what that's saying in NLT? I think we have got it in NLT. It says, you will be naked and burdened with shame. I will take vengeance against you without pity. So that's the point. Plead here, let's get it. Plead. It says to judge, govern, vindicate, punish, to execute judgment. That's it, right? There's no actual talking. He's coming to do something, he's going to do it. That's it. Destroy it. So going back to the word. Here we go. Jeremiah 15:34. The Redeemer is strong, the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahshua Post is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith Lord Yahweh, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon their princes, and upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon her horses, and upon their chariots, right? And that's why they got called Space Force. You got the chariots now in the skies, which you guys are calling, some of you are calling the orbs, and some, so those are the chariots of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It says, and he's here, just, scoping out the land. So they sword upon their horses and upon their chariots and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her. And they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is a land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. So, it goes into their destruction, but a sword is upon Babylon the Great, and this could be that crossroads in history that they don't understand, So anyway, Lord willing, you edify from the lesson. I'll say shalom to those elect, which consists of men, women, children. Shalom.